Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that is very, very rare indeed. Very difficult to find and incredibly collectible. We are looking at the 1967 release by Triang in association with Magicar, which was created by Rovex Industries, from their series of Captain Scarlet slot car, or from the series of slot car toys. And this particular one we're looking at today is from Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, and it is based on the 1960s television series created by Gerry and Silver Anderson. Now Captain Scarlet was set in the year 2068, and there was a kind of like a war of nerves between Earth and the Mysterons, who are a race of Martians who possess this magical power that reconstructs matter. Spectrum was on a patrol on Mars, and a misunderstanding caused the commander of the expedition, Captain Black, to attack and destroy the Mysterons' city on Mars. And from that point on, the Mysterons have sworn revenge against the Earth people, and they are continually mounting attacks on Earth and Spectrum. Captain Scarlet was taken over by the Mysterons in the very beginning. However, due to a freak accident, he managed to recover and has since become indestructible. So hence the reason why Captain Scarlet is indestructible. So from that point on, the whole series was based around the Mysterons' attacks on Earth. Captain Black became a Mysteron agent. He was also taken over by the Mysterons and became their main agent on Earth. And throughout the series, there's a few other of the Spectrum personnel and very high up personnel in Earth's hierarchy that were also taken over by the Mysterons. So the series was just one series, unfortunately, and it consisted of 32 episodes, and it aired originally from 29th of September 1967 through to the 14th of May 1968. It wasn't given the green light for a second series, and that was because Lou Grade, who was the investor for the Andersons and was the one that used to sell the programs to the US networks, he felt it would be easier to produce a new series and sell a new series rather than a second season of the same series. So that was the reason why, despite its popularity, Captain Scarlet didn't go for a second season. However, there was really a remake of Captain Scarlet, which was remade in the early 2000s. It was a computer generated series, and there was 2 seasons of that made with a total of 26 episodes, and it was pretty much a reboot of the original one but in CGI, and that aired from the 12th of February to the 26th of November in 2005. Interestingly, the budget for that CGI was 22 million for that one season, whereas the budget for the whole 32 episodes of the original live action puppet series was only 1.5 million. So there we are, what a difference in time makes. Anyway, let's not digress any further. This is the slot car set in front of us, and it says Pursuit, battery operated, 21st century driving. And there you can see an image of Captain Scarlet on the left hand side, and he's running in the middle, and with the Spectrum logo just below him. And on the right hand side you've got an image of the Spectrum Saloon car, and it says Captain Scarlet, 21st century auto highway with touch to drive patrol vehicles, and it's Associated Television Overseas Limited, 1967. And you can see the the body of the two Spectrum vehicles. So you've got the red one, which is Captain Scarlet's, and the yellow one, which is the baddies. And we'll find out a little bit more about that in a moment. But that's the front of the box. Now, obviously, with these boxes of the times, they didn't used to print anything on the bottom of the box. It was just a cardboard base, so there's nothing to see on the bottom. But let's have a look at the sides. Okay, so I've dropped the box down, and this is the bottom of the box, and it reads, "The story so far, it is AD 2067. The peace of our world has been shattered by the Mysterons, the beings from another planet who are determined to destroy us. Captain Ochre, who is Captain Scarlet's colleague, has been captured and by a process known only to the Mysterons, has been indoctrinated and has turned traitor. Captain Ochre is en route to destroy Maximum Security HQ with a secret weapon. He must be stopped. However, Captain Scarlet has a trump card which he can now play. Any Spectrum Patrol vehicle that is captured can have its colour changed by infrared at the press of a button in Captain Scarlet's control car. This he has done. He must ram the rogue yellow car before it is too late." Okay, that's the bottom of the box, and that's the story of about what you're about to get involved in. Now, if you turn the box to the side, let's just zoom out a little bit. You can see you've got again images of the yellow and the red car, and it says two fabulous battery-operated Captain Scarlet Spectrum cars, super slotted auto highway with switch junctions. Each car requires two ever-ready HP7 batteries or equivalent, not included in set. And it's a Triang product made in Great Britain by Rovex Industries Limited, and it's MG5. Okay, and if we move to the top of the box, it shows you how to fit the batteries. It says clip two HP7 batteries into position as figure 1. They must face the way shown on the chassis. Locate the rear chassis tabs under the back of the body and then snap the two parts together to remove or change the batteries. Gently press the body sides outwards and ease out the chassis front and first. Like Captain Scarlet's own car, this model is designed for 21st century motoring. It will run on the preset routes of the auto highway or after a simple adjustment on any smooth surface to simulate cross-country driving. It has automatic drive, touch to start, touch to stop. To drive on the auto highway, insert the steering T-piece as in figure 2. Spare T-pieces are included in the set. To drive cross-country, for running on smooth surfaces, insert the T-pieces shown in figure 3. The steering can then be preset. Highway assembly, place together like this, twist and press, security locked. So do's and don'ts. Do keep the cars and wheels free from dust and fluff. Do remove one battery when you have finished to save power. Don't oil your car or oil may harm it. Don't remove the motor cover. You may damage the motor. Don't push your car backwards. This can damage the gears. Captain Scarlet is a development of the Magicar by Rovex Industries. You can use your own Magicars on Captain Scarlet's auto highway and buy extra Magicar slotted track to make the highway bigger. And if we turn it to the end, we've got the same image as what we had on the other side, which is the two images of the Spectrum cars. Two fabulous battery-operated Captain Scarlet Spectrum cars, super slotted auto highway with switch junctions. Each car requires two ever-ready batteries, HP7 or equivalent, not included in set, and a Triang product made in Great Britain by Rovex Industries Limited, MG5. Okay, so that is the box. What we're going to do now is we're going to open the box up and we are going to have a good look at the contents. Okay, so I've opened the box and this is what we've got. So we've got the track pieces. I'm just going to remove the track pieces out so we can see how many we've got. So we've got 2, 3, 4. That's 4 straight pieces. We have got these 2 switching sets. So, I see. So as you turn and it switches the drive, so the car will go that way, or if you turn it that way, the car will go that way. And there's 2 of those. Oh, there's another flat piece there. So we got 6. No, we haven't. We've got 5 flat pieces, straight pieces. So we've got the curved pieces. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 4 curved pieces on that side, and on this side we've got 4 curved pieces as well. So that's 8 of the bend pieces, and they actually just slot together quite simply. You got the 2 slots at the end there, and they just fit into you put them in pretty much like that, and they're slotted into position like that, and they're held in very, very nicely and tightly. You can see that the 2 ends are connected inside, and you just twist them to take them apart. So that's very easy. Look what we've got in here. We've got a couple of original HP7 batteries from 1967. Oh, they're not any good though. They've leaked, so they're no good. They won't work. But a little bit of nostalgia there. That's what the Ever Ready batteries used to look like in 1967, HP7s. Anyway, let's just leave those in there. I don't want to get them on my hand. Okay, so we got the yellow car, and that's the body of the yellow car. Just exactly like the ones with the aerials on the top there. And then we've got the same in the red, and again you've got the aerial at the top there. You've got Spectrum logos on the side, on both sides of the vehicle, and that's the underside of the chassis. So, and then you have the body or the chassis of the vehicle. Okay, now let's have a look at this. So there is some corrosion on these terminals. You can see that they have been batteries have leaked in there, so I very much doubt that there's going to be any functionality on these. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get some batteries, and I'm going to try them just to see if we can get any movement on these cars. I mean, we're talking 60 years old, so the chances are they probably won't function without some TLC. But let's go and get some batteries and let's try them. Okay, as you can see, I've inserted 2 batteries into the model. Now I've got power there. I've checked the batteries and there is power running, but I can't seem to get the motor to operate, so it's going to need a little bit of TLC. I can see the motor's not jammed, but it's probably full up with dust and crap and probably needs a good clean, which will probably get it to work again. And the terminals, because there is some decay on the terminal, they probably need to have some WD-40 or electrical cleaner sprayed onto them and the terminals cleaned, so you get the connection to drive the motor. But the motor's free and turning, but it's probably, as I say, it's probably clogged with dirt, and I dare say that because of the leakage of the batteries on that terminal there, it's not going to function. So sadly, I haven't got that one working. Let's just have a look at the other one and see what type of condition. Well, this one looks even worse, to be honest with you. This one has got, the terminal has broken off there, so that will need to be reset, and again it needs to be cleaned off, and again the motor appears to be free, but then also this particular one, this one's missing the gear to drive the back wheel, so this one's going to need a good little bit of TLC and repair to get this one working. So the gear, as you can see, you've got a gear that drives, the motor drives here, which then turns the wheel. Well, that gear's missing, so that one has broken away. So this particular one and this terminal is broken out again. It's probably due to battery leakage, I would have thought. But yeah, so this one's going to need some really good repair to get this one going. It's not impossible, it is. See, you can see that the motor's free on this. I mean, that's turning beautifully. So it's just a question of getting the motor to start and run and get the power going to it. So, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a job to repair it and put it on its way. Incidentally, the chassis just slots into the bottom of the car there, and there we go. They just clip into position, and there you can see that's how they run on the track. So let's get a straight track, it'd be easier. And then they just pop onto the track, and you've got that guide there which guides them through the centre of the track, and they drive through the slots. So that is the set. So sadly, this particular set is not functioning. Now, we have had a couple of these in the past over the last, I don't know, 20 or 30 years, and we've had some that have been working, and it's quite an exciting game when you can actually get the cars to run. It's lovely to watch them go. But as I say, this one will need some TLC to actually get it to function. But otherwise, it's still an amazing collector's item. If this was working, you'll probably be looking in the condition it's in. If the motors were working, you'd be looking probably somewhere in the region of about £600 or £700. But because it's not functioning, the price will be considerably less than that. But there you go. So if you can get it working, it just will double the value of the actual item. So, question you're going to ask me now is, how well did these do back in the day? Well, as you well know, Captain Scarlet back in the day was a very popular show, and it stayed on British television for many years in different forms and reruns and so on. So from 67 to 68 was its first airing, but then it went on to Saturday morning television for kids, along with a lot of the Andersons productions. And then, of course, it then returned to mainstream television in the 1990s, before being reshown again in the early 2000s. So it has had a considerable run on TV over 40 odd years. And of course now all the episodes are available on DVD, and they're also available to stream on a lot of streaming platforms. So you know, they're all there for you to watch nowadays. So very popular show, very popular items were made available. So there was all sorts of merchandise available. So there was the figures, not so much in the 60s. There was the pedigree figures, which were they had the smaller ones, the bendy ones, and then they had the 12-inch Captain Scarlet figure, which are ultra rare to find. However, we have had a few of those, and we have produced videos on those. But the merchandise was, even though there was merchandise available, it's not like it would have been today where there'd been multiple different things produced. So merchandise was produced, but not in the quantities you would expect in this day and age. But everything that was produced obviously sold quite well, and I'm sure that this was no exception. I don't know the numbers that were produced on these, but I can tell you it's an ultra rare item these days. If we move forward to 58 years to 2025, which is where we are today, and we ask the question, do these appear very often on the platforms? And the answer to that is no. I did have a scout through the platforms, and I did manage to find one of these. Now, it wasn't complete. It was missing one of the cars. However, they did say that the motor was functioning, and it does drive. I also think it was missing some of the track, and there was some damage to one of the chassis, I think. So, but that one was considerably more than what we are marketing ours for. So, but yeah, I mean, that was one other that had sold on the platform. Other than that, couldn't find any of them anywhere, and I didn't expect to be perfectly honest with you, because I know how rare this particular set is. But if this set is something that you're interested in, it will be available as of now on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful, very, very old Captain Scarlet 21st Century Auto Highway slot car set. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.